Oh, there we are. Excellent. Okay, let's get this one, and there we are. Hey, good evening. Welcome to Stiffler Manufacturing. Just getting set up here for the night. Swapping some slides in and out. Let's switch our chat up to all. There we are. Getting prepped up for our 3rd anniversary right here at Stiffler Manufacturing. And I can probably say we have done 32,000 slides, which has just been outstanding. 32,000. Yeah, thank you everyone coming in. Feel free to comment, feel free to ask questions. Just getting set up. Excellent, there we go. Got that hooked up. All right. Save there, and let's swap that thumbnail real quick. Let's change that over to, oh, I don't know. How about, yeah, let's do it to the SHOT Show thumbnail. That ought to do. Hey, thank you for the like. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, there we are. So, welcome to Stiffler Manufacturing, where we turn bars of stainless steel like this one here into slides like this one. Okay, we've got that done. We've got that done. Let's pop on over to the live, and excellent. There we are. So yes, we are going to SHOT Show in 2 weeks. We will be there alongside MMC Armory. And we are going to be doing, we'll be there for the whole week. Setting up a booth there, booth 41160 over in the Venetian. So we're going to be there in 2 weeks. Today is our 3rd anniversary. We've been doing this for 3 years now. And yeah, we're just going to keep doing it. We got the 26 coming. We've got the 43 coming. Taking some slides with us to show off at SHOT Show. We're going to take the 43 with us. We might take the 26 with us if we can get one done in time. We'll see. We do have our prototype here of the 26, which some of you have seen in the past. Hey, 2A veteran, what's going on, brother? We'll probably also be doing a Rumble live later as well. Do a little bit of both. Just get the word out there. Hey, thank you for the like. Greatly appreciate it. So it has been a wild 3 years. Compared to last year on our 2nd anniversary, we had made 12,000 slides. So now we're up to 32,000. So for this whole last year, we made an additional 20,000 slides, which is pretty wild. But yep, here we are, our 26. I don't have the 43 with me. That's still at the shop. But we do have our prototype 26 here with us. So, yep, we are going to be doing SHOT Show. Let's see, when are we going to get there? We're going to get there probably on the 18th, maybe the 19th. And then, of course, SHOT Show starts on the 20th and goes through the 23rd. So, yeah, we're going to be there the whole week. I don't know if we're going to do the shooting portion of it. But we will be there, at the very least, at the booths, wandering the Venetian, going through SHOT Show, doing some meet and greet. And, you know, just talking with some of the social media personalities that we have interacted with before here on YouTube, on Rumble, Facebook, Instagram, so forth, like Jack of All Trades, Pistol Pete, 2A Ninja. Oh, who else is going? I think John Crump might be there. I don't know. I got to follow up and see if he's going to be. If he's there, we're going to meet up with him. Bullseye Ben, he's going to be there. We're going to link up with him. Oh, yeah, on the 26th. Yes, this is an RMR cut on the 26th. Georgetown RMR flat. And then for the 43, I believe we're going to be doing RMR CC. And then we may be exploring additional optics cuts after that. We'll see what's up. See what people are interested in and see what they'd like for their 19, 17, 26, and 43 that we'll be having for first quarter. Oh, thank you for the additional like. It's greatly appreciated. And by all means, feel free to ask questions, comment, whatever you like. It's our 3rd anniversary, so answer whatever. Do a little QA. Ah, perfect. There we are. All of our slides are made out of 17.4 stainless steel. For those of you that aren't aware, same aerospace steel that a lot of other companies use. It's better than 416R. A lot of companies use 416R steel when it comes to gun slides. That steel is real common to pistol barrels. 17.4 is definitely harder, more corrosion resistant, stronger. It's going to last longer. Hey, Live Life, what's going on, brother? Gerald, how you doing, man? Hey, thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. We can see how bad our YouTube numbers are. We'll see if we can emulate that over on Rumble later. But yep, yeah, 3 years. 3 years of doing this. We're still around. I guess that says something about us. Oh, appreciate the like. Thank you. There's a few other companies we know that have not lasted this long. Some of them were sorry to see gone. Some of them, they kind of brought it on themselves. Making our own strong sights? Debated it, but not at the moment. No plans for it at the moment, doing our own sights. Oh, thank you, Gerald. Yep, we'll be hitting SHOT Show up in 2 weeks. So we'll be in Las Vegas for whoever. If you know anybody who is, doing gun tubing, tell them to come and give us a look. We're going to be right next to MMC Armory. And it should be a pretty awesome trip. I plan on going to see the Glock booth. I plan on seeing, who else? The Cerakote booth. And then whatever other social media personalities that we can find. Maybe we'll swing by the ATF booth and give them the side eye, What else? We will probably go and meet up with some of the DLC booths and, see how their coatings are and, see what the cost overrun on that is. See, maybe we'll do DLC in the future. And then, and meet some of the steel companies that might be there as well. Always got to see what's going on with steel. So, steel companies, coating companies, tool companies, of course, Glock. You got to go see what Glock's doing with their Gen 6 and the V series. Go check that out up close and personal. What do you guys think? Anybody we should go check out? Anybody you know of? I think Rolled Ally was there. Yeah, they were. They were there. Go check them out again. Here we have our SM19 Turbo, which has the port in the top there, along with ported barrel. Has a Siley Optics Wolfx Pro red dot. Internals, it's an ELD performance barrel made out of 416R stainless steel, and the upper parts kit is from SCT Manufacturing. That's actually something we are switching from SCT Manufacturing parts kits to NQI parts kits, so from No Quarter Innovation. Oh, no worries, too, better. No worries. Yeah, we understand that. It's rough to go each time too. You are spending some money going. You got to get a hotel. You've either got to fly in or drive in. Got to take all your stuff with you. Then there's food, and then there's the cost of the event itself. So it's not cheap. Definitely not cheap. And some of those booths, oh my God, are they expensive? The amount of money Glock spends on their booth is insane. It's been a wild 3 years. And we started doing this. We actually set up our first shop out in Florida for a little while. And then we transitioned back to Arizona, our home state. Hey, Freedom Firearms. How you doing, brother? It is our 3rd anniversary. We have made 32,000 slides since we have started our business. And we're going to SHOT Show in 2 weeks. But yeah, we started this out in Florida. We moved back to our home state of Arizona. And we've been running it ever since for like the last 2.5 years in Arizona. And it's been slow. There's been some chaos. We had a bad storm that flooded the shop. All kinds of crazy stuff. We got real bad steel in once that was way harder than what even 17.4, as hard as it is. 17.4, that was like butter compared to what they gave us. So that was a whole event in and of itself. Getting new employees in, got new machines in. So, just slow growth. A lot of stuff going on. Is that the ordinance? What's going on, man? Oh, yeah, a lot of slides. Finally hit the big 3.2K. Which is, just stark contrast to, what was it, last year we were at 12? Yeah, so last year at our 2nd anniversary, we were at 12,000 slides. So for our 3rd anniversary, 32,000 slides, which is just wild. Hey, Don J, what's going on, brother? Yeah, I've been wondering, because we haven't done a live for a little while. Part of it taking a break, and part of it just busy. The holiday season was real busy, family, the shop, stuff going on. Only the 19 red one is what you see on the site? We should have more than that. You killed the Omega. You might, well, I mean, if you're going cheap, so far I have good things to say about Siley, but you probably shoot a lot more than I do. So, yeah, you killed the Gideon Omega, how much did that go through? Because this one, I've chucked it against a wall, the ground, gravel, still runs just fine. But you definitely shoot more than me, so I don't know, maybe Hollow Sun. But you might find something. 5,000 rounds, and the Omega went down. Yeah, I have 900 through this one right now. So definitely not up towards that yet. Yeah, you should be. Let me take a look on the site real quick. There shouldn't be an issue there. All right, let's take a look here. Ported. For 19s, let's see, those are 17s at 19 red. Bunch it up. No, that's not ported. What in the hay? Well, that's strange. Okay, let's back out here. Yeah, direct mount. Oh, 507, that's what we've tested on this one. I haven't tested the 407 yet. But yeah, it's direct mount. Actually, I've got my 26 prototype right here. Flat optic cut. Huh. No, we were having some website issues earlier. Let me take a look at the completes here. And let's go with the turbo. I should have threaded barrel, copper barrel, copper barrel, copper barrel. Huh. You know what? If you need a ported barrel, Gerald, and we don't have one listed, email us at sales@stifflermanufacturing.com. And then just let us know that you want to do one of the ported slides, but you want it with a ported barrel. If for some reason that some of those aren't listed, we can just get it re-added on there. Just let us know which color you want and whether you want to do a Viper or a Turbo. And then we can just handle it that way. I don't know why they're not populating. That's strange. I will get with my shipping manager on that tomorrow. But yeah, if there's ever a color that you want or, you know, a barrel that you want that you don't see on something else, just feel free to email us or message us directly and we can always make it. And, you know, it's the same turnaround. There's no additional turnaround. It's still 1 to 2 weeks. Like, that's how we got with this Tiger Stripe one here. Hunter Orange, Graphite Black. Someone asked about it because they had seen that we had already done Crocodile Green and Graphite Black. And they wanted to know if we could do a tiger one. And then someone else came out with a zebra one. They're like, hey, can you do one like a zebra? And we're like, yeah, sure. Oh, nice. Doing USPSA? Damn. Straight up died, no battery replacement working? 5,000 rounds, huh? You think it'd go longer than that. I wonder if they'll, they might replace it. I don't know. I never had, we have a Gideon, and I should say we had a Gideon because my buddy of ours has it. And he keeps using it. And I'm like, eventually I'm going to be like, dude, come on, give us our optic back. We want to have some fun with it. I don't know. I'm enjoying the Siley optics so far. I did get it, you know, full disclosure, I did get it for free. Same with this Wolf EDG. I haven't tested the Wolf EDG yet, but the Siley Optics Wolf X Pro, I have tested that out, and that one's been working pretty good. No issues with it so far. Do need to try the EDG because apparently the EDG is a better version, more enclosed, stronger, more shock resistant. Not that I've really, I mean, I've dinged this thing around, beaten it on desks and thrown it into the ground, but I've never done like a real torture test on it like I've seen on some other channels. Said it was fake when you called the, what the fuck? That's nuts. Oh, that's who, yeah, we might end up seeing Gideon Optics while we're there too. Because I think they're going to SHOT Show. That's one, maybe it's like a one-off, just a one issue, but you'd think they'd want to at least do an inspection, because we've had that where, you know, like we had one person a few weeks back say something was wrong with our slide. And so we just had them bring it back for an inspection, and then we ran it on 3 different frames, different barrels, different ammunition. And we're like, we can't find the issue. I'm like, can you inspect your parts kit or can you inspect your frame? And he found the issue. There was some, one of the parts was bent on his upper parts kit, and swapped that out with another parts kit and it ran just fine. We're like, cool, because we couldn't find the issue. And I was like, so maybe there's something internal that's messed up. You think they'd want to check it out and like evaluate it? I don't know. Yeah, I've spoken to Mike before. At least I'm pretty sure that was Mike who I was talking to. Didn't talk to him directly. We talked online. So maybe it wasn't Mike, but Might have been Mike. Oh. We wanted to get him one of our slides a while back for some. What was he going to? I think he was going to GunCon, and we just couldn't make it happen. It was too short notice because we weren't going to GunCon, and we didn't think at the time to reach out to anybody who might have been going to GunCon. So, yeah, we should have reached out. Oh, well. Shame DLD's not going. He didn't go last year either. I'm not sure he's going to go to SHOT Show anymore. GunCon was kind of a shit show from what I understand. I wasn't there, but I knew a few people who were. Got Gamage was on the gun panel for it. And I've worked with him before. And it wasn't, from what I understand, it wasn't, the people there. It wasn't the panel. It was the venue that was causing a lot of the problems, if I remember right. How was it? Yeah, I didn't get to go. I mean, it was on, Ohio, right? Unless it's on the West Coast, we're probably not going to get to go because SHOT Show being so close, we can literally drive there in less than half a day. Oh, cool. Yeah. Oh, we might need to do another one for you because you have the turbo, right? Black 17. We should do a Viper sometime too. Right on. Hey, I got 8 likes. That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely don't get anywhere near what we used to. Ever since we got that 1-day ban. Granted, this also might just be because I haven't been on for a few weeks. But we have not recovered on YouTube ever since that 1-day ban. Even though they admitted we weren't at fault, our numbers never recovered. And that's kind of what got me pushing on Rumble a little bit. And after I'm done with this live, I might pop on over there after I refresh my throat a little bit. Just waiting for something to dislike. For a minute, I thought I was doing great there because I was getting some sketchy weirdos in the channel. Oh, about the slide. I've found a few people who don't like it. And preference is preference. As I told one guy, I was like, hey man, your experience is your experience. Like I can't fault your experience. I don't understand your experience, but it's your experience. So I mean, we've already encountered a few people who don't like it, and it's like, well, okay. Though I'm fairly certain the one guy had a crappy build. I can't prove that, but personal opinion. Clapper? Not familiar with it. A lot of people seem to be pushing Rumble because they're 2A friendly. You can, actually hold a complete build on a live and not get in trouble, which is, somewhat exciting. I was doing Instagram for a real little bit. We had RTT Guns and Gear, Poppy the Gun Guy, Red Dawn Readiness, and who was it else? Dust Cover Actual. And there it is. 17s. And yeah, I think that's who we all had on there. And we were able to do joint live, all 5 of us. And after that, Instagram announced if you don't have 1K subs, you can't do lives. And we don't have 1K on Instagram, so until we do, no more lives there. What are we at on Instagram? 928, so close. 928 followers. Hey, SHOT Show commented on our post. That's awesome. And Delta Team Tactical. Right on. Yeah, Rumble, we've gotten some donations. We made a little bit of cash on there. And right now I have 73 followers. We need to try and push there a little bit. But yeah, if you start doing Rumble, I'll jump on there and watch and stuff. Same thing I do with other channels. And anytime I'm in the machine shop and I can't really participate, at the very least, I hop in and watch the live, or listen to them in the background, kind of like a podcast. Try and help other channels out when I can. Really? Huh. I need to do more with it. What's Clapper? Let's try and look Clapper up. Clapper app. I don't know. I might have to add this one because, YouTube's become stale. Facebook still hates us. Instagram will eventually hate us. There we go. Hey, G23, how you doing, brother? Appreciate the like, thank you. Right on. Let's see here. Yeah, I struggle to find stuff on Rumble too. Like I've tried searching for things, Pro 2A channels, and I usually don't get to anywhere. So yeah, it's definitely not as user-friendly as YouTube is. I'm hoping it'll grow and be a little better. Like I just looked up Second Amendment related stuff right now, and one of the videos I got is Tim Walz going on a bullshit rant or something. I don't know. Which apparently he's not running for office, so good for us. Hey, D from VA, what's going on, brother? No, we don't make Gen 5 slides yet. Currently, we make Gen 3 slides, though you can make Gen 3 slides fit on your Gen 5 slide. Or your Gen 5 frame, I should say. It's been a long day. Oh, right on. Yeah, I'll give it a look. And do we make for the 20 and 21 models? No, right now we make for the 19 and 17, and we are finishing work on the 43 and 26. We might do the 20 and the 21 at some point. We do kind of want to do, 40 cal, 45, 10 millimeter sometime down the road. We'll see how 2026 treats us. But the next big things for us that are coming out are the 43 and the 26. This one here is our 26. We should be taking it to SHOT Show. Also along with maybe the 43. This is our prototype right here. So, we'll take this along. Ported. RMR cut. And this is what they look like right out of the machine. Then they get cleaned up, sanded, Cerakoted, and then they end up looking like, something like this. This is one of our 19 turbos here. Oh, thank you for the like. Greatly appreciate it. Oh, camera's starting to do the auto-focusing thing again. But yeah, we'll move on. As we continue to keep growing, today is our 3rd anniversary. So we've been doing this for 3 years. And so as we continue to grow, we'll keep doing more models and we'll keep doing other stuff. Just as we get more gun shops to, stock our slides, as we get more distributors to sell across the country. We've got a decent amount so far. But, if we can keep pushing the numbers up, we can get more machines to make more slides. We can do more models. Just depends on how we grow. And that's what we need. I've reached out to 2 gun shops today, both in California, because, California's having that wonderful age verification issue going on right now. And then, what is it, later this year or next year is when the background check for barrels goes into effect. So they're having some problems. But where did we reach out to places? One in Fresno, and I forget where the other was. Something Oak something in California. I forget where, but yeah, we reached out to two in California today, and we're just going to keep reaching out, try and get those FFLs to either carry some of our stock or at the very least let California locals order our stock and send it through their FFL. So that way Californians can get some Stiffler slides. At least until they pass some bullshit law against slides next, because California is California. What's this bullshit going on with Tim Walls? Oh, God.
Every other responsible gun owners have trigger locks on those things and have them put away. It's that simple, and that needs to be done. And the next one is one where Minnesota is going to take a lead on 2513. Since 1996 and the Dickey Amendment, it basically froze this nation's ability to do research around gun violence. So that people could hold up their hand and say, I don't know, it seems like we have a lot more. No, we just don't have a lot more. We are the murder gun capital of the planet because people have made the decision to protect gun manufacturers and those who don't want to take responsible action. So 2513 will lay the groundwork that will require insurance companies to provide us the data on the cost of gun violence and guns in this state. And we are going to use that data to do the research that the federal government is too cowardice to do, to understand that this is a public...
I'll say right now, as a veteran, I'm disappointed that he's a sergeant major with his opinions on the Second Amendment. You do not stop Americans from defending themselves. It is not a gun manufacturer's fault that someone goes out and takes a gun and does a bad thing. Just like it's not someone's fault. It's not Ford's fault that someone gets a DUI. It's not a fork's fault that someone's fucking fat, right? It is not a gun's fault. And it's not the manufacturer's fault. It's not the Second Amendment's fault that an evil person did an evil thing. And I think people definitely fail to understand that. So Tim Walls is definitely wrong. And sometimes I'm disappointed that both he and I are also veterans together. But it is what it is. He has his freedom of speech.
Health crisis that could be attacked like any other public health crisis if we simply had the courage. So I encourage those insurance companies to get your lawyers if that's what you want to do and not provide this data. But I can tell you this thing is rock solid and you're going to provide it. And we're going to do the research on it, and we're going to have more evidence exactly to make the case. And we're going to establish a statewide safety council. This is an all-or-government approach. Those who want to talk about one thing, the job of governor involves multitasking on many fronts. And you damn sure don't get to drive around and not talk about dead children and things. To be very clear, there is one person stopping us from having a vote in the House of Representatives right now to ban assault weapons, which in recent polling showed 70% of Minnesotans support, 78% in the suburbs strongly support. Only 8.
If I have any Minnesotans in the chat right now, please tell me if that number is true. I don't believe it is. I think there is some great Americans in Minnesota. I don't think that's true. And I feel like it's sidestepping the real issue is that the majority of firearms that are used in violent crimes are pistols. Not AR-15s, nothing, no AR pistols. The majority of them are regular handguns. And that is the fault of criminals, not the Second Amendment, not some law, not law-abiding citizens, evil people doing evil things. And that's all it is.
Percent of people are strongly opposed to doing this. So the Speaker of the House should not be standing with the 18%. She should be standing with the 70%. She should be standing with the parents and those are up here. She should be standing with law enforcement who knows this is the right thing we should do. And we in Minnesota are going to do it. So We had time. We should have been doing this, but this is a run out the clock. This is the oldest strategy in the world. Oh, I don't know. I can't. I don't know if we can define what an assault weapon is. I don't know. Do you really think limiting them to less than 100 bullets is going to do anything? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is going to save lives. Just like the extreme risk protection orders, which I can pull quotes from many of these folks who said, this will do nothing. This will not protect lives. This will take away our freedoms. It's time to start reporting that that is all bullshit. It does do something. It does make a difference. And to stand here and have to look in the eyes of parents who lost their little ones, shame on them. And shame on us if we don't get this done. So I have to tell you, I'm proud to stand with the...
You know, I will agree with him on that. It's absolutely awful that a parent lost a child. It is horrendous. It is vile. But I also look at other situations like those police officers in Uvalde who did not storm in and protect children. So just because there are evil people out there doing evil things does not mean I am going to give up my guns. Ever. And neither would I expect any of you. You know, everyone has their own obligation to train, to defend themselves, to defend their home, their family. And they have their own obligation to practice their right to firearms in a safe manner. And if they're not doing that, if they're going out and doing criminal bullshit, then what's going to happen to them is one would hope that the police would come in and do the job they're supposed to do. But because we've seen things like in Uvalde, we know that not all of them are going to do the job the way they should. So I'll keep my guns.
People are here. You're going to hear from advocates. You're going to hear from legislators who passed this legislation, and you're going to hear from someone who's been a partner in this for as long as I've known him, someone who has used the rule of law to try and keep people safer, someone who stands with the people of Minnesota, and especially on this issue of gun violence prevention, Attorney General Ellison.
Thank you, Gus.
I don't need to listen to him. There we go. We can look at this cool slide that we made.
The real reason you're stiff after sitting.
You can live a very long time.
Fucking ad. Yeah, so we got to listen to this daycare finance pushing moron. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, exactly. I think he's definitely full of shit. They don't know like the FBI statistics. They don't pull it up. More Americans were killed by blunt force trauma through fists and feet, through hammers, you know, from blunt objects than they were from guns. And that's crime statistics from the FBI and from the Department of Justice. And every year, more people are killed from blunt force trauma than they are from firearms. It's just, it is what it is. But hey, you know, let's go ban pointy knives next. Oh, thank you, Patriot Arms. Yep, this one here I actually carry with me. So this is our SM19 Turbo, ported barrel from ELD Performance, 416R stainless steel. Optic is a Siley Optics Wolf X Pro Red Dot. Let's see what else we got in there. SCT Manufacturing Parts Kit. And actually, we're switching. We're switching up. We're not going to be doing the SCT Manufacturing Parts Kits anymore. Once we're out of stock, once we fully run out of them, we'll be having NQI parts kits from No Quarter Innovations. So that's what we'll be stocking after we run out of SCT parts kits. So that's what's coming in next. I'm going to take one of those parts kits. I'm going to take it to the range. This one here, this parts kit that's in here, along with this barrel and this optic, 900 rounds through it so far. No problems. Just runs and runs. And I need to put some more rounds through it. I don't want to put another 1,000 rounds through it, but that involves me buying another 1,000 rounds, and all the money we have goes back towards the shop. So anytime we're doing range days, it's for testing rather than me just wanting to go out and shoot, unfortunately. But yeah, it is, you know, for those of you just joining us or didn't hear me earlier, we are going to SHOT Show in 2 weeks. It is our 3rd anniversary today. We've been doing this for 3 years. And we have made an astonishing 32,000 slides. So I don't remember what we were at in our first year because I don't think we tracked the number. But at our second year, our 2nd anniversary, we had made 12,000 slides. So over the course of 2 years, we had made 12,000 slides when we first began. Over this last year, we made an additional 20,000 slides. So we're up to 32,000 now. And, you know, year 4, I wonder how many more we're going to make. You know, I don't want to jinx it or anything, but I think we're going to make a lot more. If things go out the way it looks like it's going to, we're going to make a lot more than that. So far, from what I've seen, Patriot Arms, they run just as good. Some people have said they've had problems with SCT parts. I haven't had an issue with them yet. We've swapped stuff out for people. They did have a guide rod issue that was fixed pretty quickly. So anybody who got one of those bad guide rod, they just, you know, got them replacement, no problem. And they did have a locking block issue. So I don't know if they're still having the locking block issue. I know they had a guide rod issue, and that's been addressed. So NQI, it looks like they're good. I haven't done like a huge test with them yet, but so far they run fine. So sometime I'll have to take like 500 rounds and run it through and see how it works. But so far it looks like they're good, and we've checked the specs. We've taken some calipers and we've measured them, and they are in spec with Glock OEM. So it looks like they're good. And if there are issues, you know, if you end up getting one from us from the new set and there's a problem with it, just let us know and we'll get it replaced. We'll get it fixed for you. But we were doing measurements, we were doing some base testing, and yeah, they look good. And part of the issue, you know, like we're seeing price increases everywhere. These are still in line with the same pricing, so you know, if we find there's an issue and we find better parts kits down the road, you know, we'll always move up. If we can make a deal, we'll make a deal and get better parts kits. But so far, this one looks good. Yeah, definitely. I you know, I kind of estimated we were at about 30,000, and I underestimated us a little bit, being at 32,000. So I figured we're somewhere around 30,000. So I wasn't too far off, but I definitely underestimated it a little bit. No, I haven't contacted Marine Gun Builder yet. And you know, I remember contacting him once during our first year. I don't know if he saw it or not. I was in a live. And I think you were there, G23. I was in the live chat, not, you know, in live on video. But I was listening to what he said about the thing going on in California. And, you know, I have to admit, he's right to a lot of points. California is 20% of the market, and businesses are trying to figure out if it's worth it for them to deal with California. And for right now, for us, it's not. We're going to try and see if we can set up some processes to deal with that. We're not ready to deal with it just yet, you know, checking people's IDs and keeping those documents on hand. So we're just not ready for it. Maybe as the year goes by, we can, you know, come into that kind of compliance and do that for Californians. But I don't promise it. So right now the plan is to reach out to FFLs in California and do business through FFLs. So one person, for example, reached out to us and said, hey, I want to get some of your slides, but I understand you guys can't ship. He's like, can you ship to my FFL? And so he hooked us up with his FFL. We called them today, and they said, yeah, they can accommodate that, and that they may also be interested in picking up some of our slides for their shop so they can just have them on hand for people. And so that might be something we get to do in the future, is supply FFLs in California with our slides directly, or at the very least, when a customer wants to purchase one, you know, we can recommend that their FFL talk to us and we can do the transfer that way. Oh yeah, providing parts kits. We haven't reached out to him about that. We could and see what his pricing is, see what he's able to do. But we hadn't gotten to it yet. But right now, yeah, NQI parts kits, that's what we're going to be going with. And, you know, that could change. You know, maybe we reach out to him, and if he can do, you know, good pricing, maybe we change to Marine Gun Builder. It's always possible. We do send slides out to YouTubers for collaboration. Right now, all collaboration's on hold until after SHOT Show. So sometime February, March time frame, because we're spending so much money going to SHOT Show. We can't be giving away some free slides just yet. But yeah, we do give them out to YouTubers, gun tubers, so they can do a build, do some testing. And we're happy with most of the ones we've sent them out. There's a couple we're not happy with. One guy flat out stole our slide, so never made content and doesn't answer back. And then some others, questionable, and the content was But then there's been some great ones, like Got Gamage did a great one. I Am Ghost did a great one. There's been a few others out there who have our slides that have done an amazing job. So, most I'd say probably 80-90% we're happy with. And we do that on occasion. But that's the risk, Omar, what's going on, man? Yeah, I heard he has OEM parts, and I wonder if it's probably a volume thing. If we're ordering enough parts, maybe he can get a good deal on it. Because that's the issue we see a lot with distributors, is that, is there enough parts? Or, sorry, is there enough in the order? For example, there was one we were ordering with on, what was the part? Sights. It was sights. Then we had to order 10,000 units. And for them to deal with us. And we were like, we can't really order 10,000 right now. Like, that's quite a bit. Would you be willing to do 2,000? And, because we're not burning through sites all the time. Yes, when people buy our completes, sure. But we're not burning through them. Like, if we were to have 10,000 on hand, it would be quite a while before we got our return on investment for that back. So we just weren't able to make it happen. So it's part of what's influenced our desire to supply mom and pop shops with, like, some mom and pop gun shop says, hey, I can only do like maybe 8 or 10 slides. Is that something you guys can do? Yes, absolutely. We'll do dealer rates for mom and pop shops. Obviously we love having a distributor or a big vendor come and say, hey, can I get 100 slides? Can I get 500 slides? He's like, can you guys do 1,000 slides? Yes, we absolutely love that, because it keeps the lights on, it keeps the employees paid, and everything's happy. But for the mom and pop shops, I would love to supply 100 mom and pop shops with just 5 slides a piece. And and then in 2 months they're like, hey, we went through them. Or 3 months, hey, we went through them. Can I get 5 more? Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to do that for a lot of mom and pop shops. No, that's true. You did pay for it. Yeah, reach out to us after SHOT Show and let us know. We just can't do any until after SHOT Show right now. I got to make some money up, and then we can start doing it again. We've actually had to delay some collabs before, and they were like, "Hey, I thought you were sending me one." It's like we are, but we've got a 600 slide order that we've got to deal with right now, and that comes first because got to pay the employees. Got to pay the employees first. Got to pay the bills. And then once that was done, it's like, okay, we can make one. Here you go. Because everything was going towards that big order. Which was a good order. Definitely a good order to have. And that's part of why we're going to SHOT Show, is reach out to distributors, other businesses. Now that we've been around for 3 years, more and more people are starting to want to deal with us. Because before, we've had some people tell us before, in year 1 to year 2, they were telling us, hey, we see your slide. It looks cool. We like the steel you're using, but you haven't been around long enough. And it's like, well, we could be around longer if you'd make an order. But I understand it too. New business coming up. We've seen so many businesses in the 2A industry flare out after a year or two. And I think that's, what a lot of the larger distributors and vendors are worried about, is if they invest and then all of a sudden the product that their customers liked is no longer there because, the business they invested in just poof, gone. And we know a few it's happened to. Oh, this one back here? Space Worn. Yeah. Real popular. SM19 zoom slide in simulated distressing. So we wear it down so that the stainless steel shows through the Cerakote. And we call this model Space Worn. And I like it. And, you know, the cool thing about it is each one wears differently. The wear patterns come on. So this one had a lot of top wear. Of course, it got wear on the grip serrations. But each one wears differently. The wear patterns. So each Space Worn is unique. You never get one that looks exactly the same. And that's pretty cool about it. Oh, thank you guys for the likes. At least I think it's cool. And same thing with some of the other ones. Like, you know, if you get the tiger striping, they're never exactly the same. They all look a little different. Or the lightning one over here, or the camo. You know, they're all a little different. None of them look exactly the same. Brings a little bit of uniqueness to it. Great in a 40. Sometime we might do a live sometime, or not a live, a 40 sometime. We're looking at it between the 26 and the 27, potentially doing it. And then of course engraving is coming. That is supposed to happen this year as well. So you will start seeing Stiffler slides, you know, with the Stiffler Dragon logo on it, you know, this little logo on it. And you will start seeing them engraved, you know, SM19, Gen 3, stuff like that. So that is going to happen. Especially once, you know, now that we would have a 19, a 17, a 26, a 43. And then if we start doing some that are similar, you know, like the 27, they're going to have to be engraved so that people don't confuse them. And a 23, you say? I wonder why. So that is that. People have been asking about that for a while. Hey, why don't you put your logo on it? And it's like, well, it's a lot of people like the sanitized look, but there has been some issues with white labeling. So, like for example, I'll drop the link in the chat so you guys can check out our link bio. There we go. But oh, that's on my other phone. Hey, Reaper, man. Haven't seen you in a while. What's going on, brother? Oh, let's see if this populates up. It should. Let me know if you guys see this. I've been having issues with that. Or like web addresses aren't popping up. Let me know if this pops in. It should. We took a little bit of a break. You know, holidays, being with family. So, yeah, I should have been on lives more, but definitely taking a break. Don J, because of YouTube, we've been trying to figure out how to do the 1K giveaway. Because at the time we were getting flagged for stuff. We were getting, you know, temp banned. And so we might just move the 1K giveaway to Rumble. But it's not going to happen now until after SHOT Show. Vance Outdoors. Not one I'm familiar with. Let me pull them up real quick. Vance Outdoors. Or if I am, it's not one I've reached out to in a while. Let's see. Where are these guys at? Vance Outdoors. Oh, in Ohio. Let's see here. Columbus, Hebron, Lebanon, Obetz, Springdale. Interesting. Yeah, let's do it. Stiffler Manufacturing over at Vance Outdoors. Let's see. General comments, accounts. Other question. There we go. Okay. Yep, and there we go. Reached out to Vance Outdoors. Thank you for letting me know about them, and we'll see what they say. It's going to be a 19, and I believe it's going to be a Viper, but that could change, G23. Oh, and Reaper, you might not have heard about earlier. Yeah, because you came in just a little bit ago. So it is our 3rd anniversary. We've been doing this for 3 years now. We've made 32,000 slides. So, yeah, that's what we're up to now. And we're going to SHOT Show in 2 weeks in Las Vegas at the Venetian. Disguised as a GTI money, or GTA money. Oh, man. Oh, that's wild. I'm assuming some of you guys have seen the Grand Theft Auto 5 clip about Trump and Venezuela. So that's been incredibly amusing. We might have to give you a discount. Definitely might have to give you a discount. You know, we debated doing the idea of some kind of discount or some kind of credit if a channel were able to get us enough business, you know, with a discount code or something. So far, no channel's been able to significantly do it. But if someone were to get us enough sales, we thought about like, hey, okay, you got us X number of sales with your coupon code. Maybe we should get you like a commission or a credit or something. That was an idea we were kicking around a while back. They've got a lot of stuff. Checking out their store right now. There we are. What would be considered as a good deal for you guys? I know a few smaller shops that may be interested. Like good deal how? Like how many sales we do, or like what do you mean? Who do we use for our sites? Our sites are a mix of Glock OEM and Lone Wolf. And currently we get them through SCT Manufacturing, I do believe, but we might change site procurement over to NQI. Oh, to get a credit, that's something we'd have to talk about. Like if you wanted to do a discount code, like reach out to us through our email at sales@stifflermanufacturing.com. because it's something we've never put into practice. So it's just kind of something we kind of kicked around a little bit. So we don't have any definites on it. But for dealer rates, you know, for a small mom and pop shop, you know, if they only needed a couple of slides to get going, we'd do that. We have dealer rates that start that low all the way up to like 100 plus, you know, depends on what they're going to order and, you know, how much they're going to order, how often. I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, just hit us up with an email. We could set up a code or something. Maybe it's something we kicked around a while ago, and it never went anywhere because no one had ever like gotten enough sales to really warrant the discussion again. Which, I mean, you know, anytime a channel talks about us is awesome, but we can't expect people to constantly just buy slides. You know, it'd be cool if they did, but you know, they got to take care of their own business, their own families, their own bills. So definitely understand it. Oh, I gotta get some water. Been chatting for over an hour. Hey, Fluffy Bunny Arsenal, how you doing, man? Oh, welcome to our live. It is our 3rd anniversary. We have made 32,000 slides, and we're going to SHOT Show in 2 weeks. It has been a wild 3 years. Absolutely wild. Affiliate links? We kind of have some on our link bio, like businesses that have our stuff. So like if you check out the link bio, we've got, you know, RB Tactical over on eBay, Task Force Red. Of course, some of our stuff's listed on Gunbroker through some other businesses. Optics Planet, Delta Team Tactical, MMC Armory, Davidson Defense, No Quarter Innovations, Moriarty Armaments, 3CR Tactical, MDX Arms, The Hub, Sirius Arms Co., Wolverine Arms. So we've got a few different businesses and distributors and vendors that have our stuff. Yes, Gerald. Well, we might not be able to do lives because the last time we were there, there's Wi-Fi, but there's so much interference in the casinos and the Venetian and that it's really hard to do live. So what we might do is just take videos and then at the end of the day, upload those videos so people can watch them. Though some of those ones that I listed, they still have some of our stuff like white labeled from ages ago. So here's an example, like MDX Arms has some of our slides. They have our Viper, but they are listed as, you know, MP19s. MDX Arms, G19, MP19. But that's our Viper, you know. And so once we start doing our own engraving, that'll fix that issue down the road. And we've caught it relabeled on Gunbroker and a few other places too, where other people just relabeled it. And, you know, it is what it is. As long as they buy it from us, as long as we're making the money, it's really not that big a deal. But then everyone else has their stuff. Like, what is this, 3CR? Yeah, they're still listing it as MP. Moriarty lists it as Stiffler. NQI listed as Stiffler. Davidson, MMC is who we're going with. Delta, Optics Planet, they all listed as Stiffler. Task Force Red, Stiffler. Oh, thank you, Reaper. And they've got some interesting stuff too. Some stuff that we don't have. Like, okay, let's take over, you know, look at Delta. No, not Delta. Here it is, Davidson. So Davidson has some of the stuff that we don't have in our own shop. Certain threaded barrels, certain like this gold colored barrel here, we don't have that. We are starting to get some rainbow barrels. There's certain barrels that they have that we don't have. They have complete with optics, so they're buying ours in bulk and doing stuff with it. And that's pretty cool. We talked to one gun store a while back, and they have the ability to build, and so they're talking about making their own builds and selling those. You know, kind of whatever frames they want to get, optics, and then Stiffler slide and whatever internals, and then making a build and then selling it in their shop. They have the FFL that they can actually make builds and sell them. And it's like, oh, cool. Yeah, we'd be happy to do that. Let us know when you want the slides. It's been a little while. They might have changed their mind, or who knows. But for FFLs that have that capability, that's something that they could definitely do, is make their own custom builds and then sell them. And make a tidy profit doing it. Yep, here's MMC. They've got some of our stuff with Gideon optics on them. That was like a little misnomer there. It's like saying ATM machine. But yeah, we'll do some content from SHOT Show. Definitely taking a lot of photos and videos I can. And then we'll upload it that. If not the night of, at the very end of the week, we'll start making uploads. But probably do it the night of. If I don't pass out. It's going to be a lot of talking, a lot of meeting and greeting, a lot of walking. And I'll spend a lot of time at the booth, I'm sure, just talking to people. But I want to get out and check out the SHOT Show itself. Do I want to check out other people's booths, talk to other people? It's going to be busy. It's going to be a very busy week. And super excited. I can't wait to see who all else is going. I know Pistol Pete's going. Jack of all trades is going. Bullseye Ben. 2A Ninja. Man, who else? Who else is going? A lot of people. A lot of people are going. We just got to find out who's going, when we can meet up with them. Customer review. Interesting. Okay, good review. I'll take a look at that later. We'll send that over to our production line. I love showing everyone doing production in the shop. Mud Munitions is going. Oh man, I haven't seen one of his lives in a while. I wonder. I gotta look him up. Because I found out that I've been unsubscribed from a few channels. And so let me see. Mud and Munitions. Okay, no, I am subscribed to his channel. I just haven't seen one of his lives in a while. Oh, he hasn't done a live in 4 weeks. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So Mud and Munitions is going. Okay, we're gonna have to try and link up with him. That's what I gotta do. I gotta build the list, see who all we're gonna link up with, and just meet and greet as many of each other as we can. Because I mean, how often we all get to talk on lives and stuff? How often do we actually get to chat with each other personally? Not very often. So that would be pretty cool. Oof. I can't remember if John Crump is going. I know DLD After Dark's not going. Red Dawn's not going. But I can't remember if John Crump News is going or not. But what I'm going to do is I am over an hour and 10 minutes, and I am thinking about popping over to Desert Armory and checking out what's left of his live. Is he doing a live? Yep, he's doing a live. So I'm going to drop his link over in the chat and making a list and checking it twice. Yeah, I'm going to pop over to his live. So guys, go check out Desert Armory. He's got a lot of cool guns, some old school guns, and I'm going to pop in on his live. So thank you all so much. It's in the chat, and let's go over there and storm his live real quick. So thank you guys all. It's been a great 3 years, and we're excited to see how year 4, how we're staring that down, how that goes. But thank you so much. Thanks for supporting everything and checking out Stiffler Manufacturing. And as always, 2A is the way.